Well, we challenged the players last week to go out and play with a lot of positive energy. And I really liked the way the players did that. The execution was not always perfect, but it was certainly improved. And I was really pleased with, the way our players responded. I think we need to build on that. I think how you finish is most important this time of year, how you dictate tempo, the energy you play with, how you prepare. All those things are critical to how you play. And I think our players, hopefully are going to respond the right way. It's our last game in Bryant-Denny Stadium. That's been a great atmosphere to play in, and it's certainly needed to be that way for this game. These guys, try to go fast. They're a tempo team. I think that any way that we can affect them, obviously, is going to be a benefit, to our players. Sam Pittman has done a fantastic job, I think, with this team in the 2 years that he's been there. They're probably has improved as much from last year to this year as, anybody in the country. They've had some great wins over, some very good SEC teams. And they got really good players. They play well together. They play winning football. They're very effective at running the ball on offense. They don't turn it over. They get off the field on third down. They play good pass defense. They've got good specialists. They really do a good job all the way around. So we're going to have to be at our best and certainly prepare that way this week, for this game. From an injury standpoint, you guys are going to, definitely, ask me, but Roy Dale is going to be out. He needs knee surgery. JoJo does not need surgery, but he will be out probably for a little bit of time as well. So those two guys are probably not going to be able to play. Roy Dale for a while, JoJo for maybe a week or two.
Okay, with that, we'll get started with Michael Casagrande. Michael, go ahead.
Yeah, with Will Anderson, how does a player like that with a skill set has changed the way an offensive team game plans or schemes they're blocking?
That's relative to who?
Will Anderson.
Yeah, well, I think Will's done an outstanding job. He's a good player. He plays hard. I think the important thing is you have complementary players that if they do try to scheme him, that other players can, take up the slack and, give you pressure in other areas, which I think some of our players have done a good job of. So, yes, I think that's possible. But I think we need to definitely have other guys be able to rush and do a good job in other areas, which, has kind of happened on our team.
Go to Nick Kelly.
Yeah, now that you're down to 2 healthy scholarship running backs, I mean, how does that affect or maybe change things potentially with how you approach things offensively?
Well, I don't think, you can change a lot. We've worked a couple other guys there for over a month now. Those guys are functional at the position. Probably look for somebody else on our team that maybe we could sort of develop into being a functional player from an emergency standpoint if we need them. But I don't really think that we can change right now. We certainly have to have a plan if we have any more issues at that position.
We'll go to Charlie Potter.
Hey, Coach, just sticking with running backs, just have you seen Trey Sanders progress, and how important is it going to be for him to step up now with Roy Dale out?
Well, I think it's, he's got a great opportunity. I thought he played well in the game. It was good to, get him some touches in the game. I think he understands the offense well, and I think he's a very capable guy. And, now that he's going to have a more significant role, it's time, for him to, take advantage of that opportunity as well. But we have every confidence that he can do that very well for us.
We'll go to Aaron Settles next.
What do fans and media misunderstand or get wrong when they criticize or critique play callers on off the coordinators and their play calling? What do we miss and we don't get the full picture on?
Well, I don't know. I just, I think I think it's fine that, we criticize ourselves all the time. We try to close the gap on perfect in everything that we do. I think players try to close the gap on perfect in everything that they do. Is it possible to be perfect all the time? Probably not. That's why you prepare. That's why you practice. All right. But when we don't get the gap closed like we'd like to, we're very critical of ourselves in terms of identifying what we need to do to try to fix it and how we can try to help players become better, whether it's physical, psychological, whatever the challenge may be. So we're always trying to get it right. We're always trying to be perfectionists in how we go about what we do. I don't think we've ever accomplished that, nor do I think we ever will. So there's always going to be something that you can be critical of. And there's something that I can be critical of. There's something that every coach can be critical of relative to his players. Every player can be critical of himself and something that he could have done better. So I think, getting criticized is kind of a part of the game. I'm not sure anybody gets it wrong. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. There's obviously more than one way to skin a cat. So, how you go about trying to win a game, whether it's at the end of the game and you don't throw it on third down to get a first down and give the other team the ball back with no timeouts with a minute left to go in the game. I mean, we could debate that forever as to what the best way to do that is. But, we chose to do it a certain way and it worked. So, but everybody's entitled to their opinion of what we should have done. But the thing that no one has to deal with that has an opinion is the consequences. We have to deal with the consequences of the decisions and choices that we make. And, when we make good ones, when they work, they're usually good ones. And, when they don't work, they're not good ones. So that's just part of the game.
We will go to John Zener with the AP next.
Yeah, we've made a lot of attention to the kind of huge offensive numbers teams have put up the last few years, that trend. But you guys in Georgia both have top 5 defenses and good offenses too. Is it nice to kind of see that balance maybe swing back just a little bit? And how would you evaluate your defensive play, especially coming up big against LSU?
Well, I think we've played better in the last couple of games. There's been times that we've played better. I think the big thing we've done is, we've had some inconsistencies that have cost us, and we've given up big plays because of making mental errors, and that's the thing that we continually try to work to eliminate. I think the players are very conscious of it. I think they're working hard to do it, and I think when everybody is on the same page and does their job, we've been pretty effective, and that's got to be the goal for every play in the game, one play at a time. And we can't have any my bads. I messed up and didn't do what I was supposed to do. And I think as the season wears on, hopefully you can get a little more consistent that way.
Okay, we'll go to Mike Rodak.
This being senior day, I know you've mentioned you would have liked to have a few more seniors on this roster this year. Is that just a year-to-year thing, or is that something that's a bigger trend in college football?
I can't speak for everybody else, but our situation here is, we've always had a number of players go out for the draft early, in most cases, rightfully so. So that minimizes the maturity and age of your team, to some degree. But, I think probably, I don't know, with the transfer rules being like they are, you're going to see more players that are older players who don't see an opportunity to play the kind of role that they'd like to play, maybe look for a place that they can go. So that may, affect all of us in terms of how many older players we can keep on our team.
Okay, let's wave a follow-up. Ryan will be our final.
Coach, on your offensive line, Evan Neal, can you kind of touch on his progression throughout the years here at Alabama, swinging to left tackle, playing a lot of positions, and then his leadership as well with his team this year?
Right. Well, Evan played really well in the last game. He's played well for us all year, but I think he was really physical in the last game, did a really good job in pass protection, had a great week of preparation. And so I'm really pleased with the way he's played all year long, but I think he's gained more and more confidence and certainly was very aggressive and played very well in this last game.
All right, Coach, that's all we got. Thanks for your
All
time.
right, thank you.